Soriseva harju. Kaikki mitä tapahtuu Pispalassa. Tällä viikolla Soriseva harju kysyy, miten rauha rakennetaan.
What, for example, means this? Is it like free?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
You guessed.
Yeah. I know a little bit. I understand a little bit, but not everything. So, and
State of freedom, yeah.
state of freedom. Mm-hmm. And this?
Just go by the pictures.
Joo, that's good.
Because I don't have the understanding. Can I take two?
Yes,
Only
but
one.
you can choose. You can take two, but you can choose one, which is like right now for you is something that is calling to you.
Speaks to
Yes.
us.
Yeah.
So maybe this one then.
Maybe you can choose one.
Maybe I can.
Take your time.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share what is your idea why you choose this or that? Why it is about you?
The colors. That's the only thing I understand about this picture.
What does it say?
I don't know.
What do you think it says?
I don't know. Maybe it looks kind of sad. But I don't know. I don't know what it says. It says the picture. I like the picture and I like the colors and I like the lines and dots and I like how it looks.
Maybe you can guess what it is. Maybe you can help.
Is it like rainbow colors?
Rainbow colors, yeah, that what came to my mind.
And what
Like
could
a
it?
bright thing. Rainbow, bright rainbow.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I think
no.
it's very difficult to guess right now in the 7 p.m. maybe. So it actually says state of openness.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I also like this sticker very much.
Yeah. So it's openness like against like judging and
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can add your own
yeah.
like explanation.
Hmm.
You already know what's
Ye-
written on your.
No, yes. And I also, because I like this word, freedom. That's actually one of the first Russian words I learned. I remember always this sentence like asking, is this seat free? Это место свободно. And that's why I always remember that this svobodny means free.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like this picture very much. It's like a punker with this mohawk, a velvet mohawk on head. It says to me, in a picture, what freedom actually means. That's why I chose it. I feel free now.
Thank you for sharing.
No, I chose this one. And there's like two hearts. There's one black one and one red. But mostly what I thought, like, because we've been talking so much and it looks like he's speaking, at least like from these lines here. So like speaking from the heart. So that's kind of what I thought when I had this.
Yeah.
Choose this, but I don't know what it means.
So nice. Yeah, right now we were listening what you put in this image. And it was about you, and each of this person is also about somebody's. So it says actually a state of care, like to care about something, somebody. It's hard, but it's nice that you mentioned that he is speaking, and today we also will be speaking. I will choose this sticker. It has actual translation, and this is about uniting, and so today we will try also to unite our different things and different backgrounds which we have all together here on the one table. And it's nice to start the dialogue with at least small opportunity to tell about something about people who are at the table. So we can also use the stickers as this kind of trick to know something, maybe personal, something about personality, but not very like without having like a long-term time of preparation to get to know each other very well before and blah blah blah. So should I say something about the box? Probably.
Yep.
We are unpacking. As you know, I'm from Ukraine, and in Ukraine we have an organization called STAN, and this organization was internally displaced inside of Ukraine because of a war that started already almost 10 years ago, in 2014. This organization was originally from Luhansk, and in our team now we have a lot of people from different regions of Ukraine, and sometimes we still meet some lack of understanding of the diversity, even like inside of one city, inside of one community, and that's why when we started to speak about peace, to invite people to speak about peace in 2016, we were trying to understand what kind of methods we can use to help people to meet each other, to talk, and to build peace on level of community, not on level of international relations, because it's also about how we live together. So we had some kind of events we proposed with our partners in different regions of Ukraine. Let's just bring a table outside to the street and invite people to sit together and to talk. With tea, lemonade or something, just to talk and to talk about peace. And we also were trying different things, like let's draw about this, let's do something. And some of these methods were working, some not. And once we created these like blocks, which are the components from which you probably can try to build peace, and we did it with a purpose to make this communication about peace a little bit more, fulfilled with some senses, because in our practice a lot of time people were starting to talk about peace as just about something good, something abstract, and so we wanted to bring it a little bit closer, this concept, to our everyday life and actions probably. So what we have here is a set of different ideas. Most of them were taken from the book written by Enver Juliman. He's human rights peace builder from Bosnia and Herzegovina, and he was part of Helsinki. I forgot the name of the organization, but you know this. Helsinki Human Rights Committee.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But that one, which is in Norway.
Yeah.
But that's not the main thing. So he has a book called Reconciliation and Guidance Along the Way, and we took some ideas from this book, like what can be the components of peace. But probably for the beginning, what is peace in general? Because, like, to make it short, like peace is something that we do together, and we mostly make it equal, the idea of peace with the idea of social justice, and we understand the peace in these terms. Because like without social justice, is it peace inside of the community or not? Probably not. Probably it's not possible to have really to feel like probably not everybody will feel in the society that it's a peaceful organization if there is no human rights culture, if there is no equality. So we didn't reach this point anywhere in the world. Even if we don't have war, still it's always a time to build something better. So how to reach social justice? What on your point of view from these cards, or we can have also additionally empty cards, you can add your components if you don't find here something important. What is the most relevant now for you as you see the community you live in? We can add. What is the most relevant, like we need to do to focus on it right now and here, and probably we will be closer to this peaceful and just society? And what is less important? You now should decide how to build peace from these bricks, and I can propose that here we will have a top on this part of the table. So here we will put the most important thing, and here the least important thing, and we can throw away some things that are not important at all. And here, like a diamond, we can add some a little bit less important things, like in the grades. The only thing that you should agree all together that this is the most important. This is how we build peace. And the terms that used here is just some ideas, just to start with. You can not take it too serious. You can discuss what does it mean for you, and you can add your own explanation.
So let's see what we have.
Could you please read it out loud?
Yeah, well, okay, let's see what we have.
Yeah.
We have peace education, we have resources, we have good neighborliness, dialogue, patriotism, safety, law and regulations, trust, language of understanding, integration, inner peace, participation, truth, and remembrance of the sake of, for the sake of future. So they're very different.
So what would be the first one, the most important one? Here in top.
I'd say this, but I'm not sure. Like language of understanding.
Yeah, and I think these are pretty much not the same, but you need language for understanding to have a dialogue. But I don't know which one comes first.
Maybe you can a little bit like describe what you put in this term and what you put in this term.
So, Claudia, could you say what you put in this language and language for understanding?
Now, while making yourself understood can be multilingual thing. So it's just to get the message across doesn't mean it's a dialogue yet. But at least that's the first step, to get your message across somehow.
So it's about possibility to share.
To participate at least in some conversation. So if your mother tongue is not the one that is spoken around you, then at least you need to have this to participate. There was some participation here as well.
What would you say about dialogue, Verna?
you can't make the decisions by yourself because then you're a dictator. You need the dialogue, you need to talk with people, because I think dialogue is also understanding each other. Of course you can talk with people, but it's not always a dialogue. If you don't even if you don't want to understand each other, then it's just a fight or not a dialogue.
Yes, I would actually agree with that. And my suggestion is to put this first, because dialogue, for me, at least, it means the state of wanting to understand. And dialogue is possible without the common language. It's possible to have dialogue with mimics, hands, the willingness that, hey, I will take this first step. And I will look at you through into the eyes.
Language for understanding can also mean that how do I explain what we talked or what we decided to people who haven't been in the discussion. What language do they know? Do they understand? How do I explain things like that they understand it? Can mean like that I have to break it down to very simple things, even though we speak the same language, or then not speaking the same language. But it can mean like that we need some other way or more explanation for those who haven't been participating in the dialogue or in the conversation that we had.
Yes. So, can I make a suggestion? I would like to put this first, the dialogue in many meanings of the word dialogue. Like that would be the first step, and after that it's like the white flag that, hey, I want to be in peace with you. And after that comes the language for understanding, so that it's possible to carry it further, that it's also possible to explain for the people who weren't in this conversation, to go further.
If to come back to the society, like how you see your social bubble, I don't know. Do you see this like in this order, the need of the things, like if to connect this to the reality?
Good question. For me comes then this as an answer. And I have this law and regulations.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's actually like when you have decided together some basic rules and then you write them down, that okay, this is what we have all agreed and all decided, and these are our regulations and this is the law, then the whole society can understand and follow. But in reality, I don't know the order.
What do you think, Claudia?
Well, definitely dialogue needs to come first before we agree on laws and regulations, because we need to discuss what we understand when it comes to making rules here. And if we want to make the rules together, then we need the dialogue, of course, first. I thought like participation somehow comes somewhere closer to the top, but yeah, maybe it could be here at the same level, but that's like kind of in a way to, participate in the debates, understand what's going on, and once you got the whole picture, or at least enough information to then be able to commonly agree on this, on law and regulations.
Yes, and these are actually also the words what I was thinking when I was listening to you and heard your question, Yuliya. The words were not just chose here are trust and safety. Why?
Because I don't know if the participation like the most important thing, because if you feel like you are not part of things, you may not have trust, for example, for your government, or you may not feel safe, for example, the immigrants, or like it's for me this is really difficult thing to do, because I have like no idea which one is more important, because I think everything is like combined together. I can't have a dialogue if I don't feel safe. I can't have a dialogue if I don't like trust the people, if I'm afraid that they may like attack me. I'm lack of trust. I don't want to participate if this and these are not there. It's hard to put on the line. It's really hard for like the most important and not.
Do they need to come here then?
Maybe.
As part of.
But also
the
then
process.
Then you need resources to like have this feeling for people. It doesn't come like the most people. It doesn't come when you birth these feelings. For example, society. You need resources to make people feel like good enough to participate in things what happen in around the world. This is a difficult task.
I say.
Yeah, we are building peace.
Yeah. But should these go then
After or before?
Yes.
How you see?
That is the question. So maybe you cannot even take the first step if you don't feel safe. If you don't trust in yourself and the others.
And if you should take one, the most important, and then two, a little bit less important, what would be the most important thing to begin with?
I suggest that trust is the most important. Without trust, you cannot feel.
But you can build trust by talking.
Yeah,
that's true. So
would it be like safety here?
Feeling safe to participate in this, and then get the trust.
Yeah.
As a
and trust
side effect. Hopefully.
Yes.
But still, we need a dialogue in the environments where you are not feeling safe.
Yeah. And you were speaking, Verna, about resources.
Yeah.
Where would one put that?
Because I think this is like every resource is like education, space, language, everything like the physical and more mental resources. Like, I don't know.
Okay. So then we have inner peace peace, education, integration.
It's a very personal thing.
Yes. No, inner peace, yes.
Why? What do you think about it? How do you explain it for yourself?
I think that this is something that you can mainly work on yourself and is not very connected. Well, of course, somehow connected to those, but not as connected as the other parts. I think like this is something not so many other people can help you with this. This is something you need to work on your own, mostly.
Do you also think like this, or you have another explanation maybe?
For inner peace.
Yeah.
It's a little, yeah.
Well, what I mean by that is like, for example, like getting to inner peace. Maybe I need to forgive somebody for something, Then this is a work that I need to do alone and also with this person together, maybe. But then, like so this is something that, for example, that if something bad happened between me and another person, then I need to be able to forgive, and to be able to do that, I need to work on my own troubles and
Yes.
so this is not easy to do, but it's of course a nice state of mind to get to, but that requires a lot of work, like in me.
Yes.
If I get the space, if everything around me is in order, and I get even to the point of I have enough food, I sleep enough, I have education, I'm satisfied with most of the things in my life, then this will certainly be the next step I'll take.
Yes.
But if I'm all the time busy with the very basic things, I'm not sure I will get here too easily, because I might not find the time for it, although it requires time and it's probably very needed.
Yes.
But it's not the first thing if I'm hungry.
And that also, that is the one, you need resources. So if you don't have the time to think about the inner peace, then you don't have the resources. You cannot, like in Finnish we say, you cannot afford it. That's the first thing what goes away. Because unfortunately, yes, really. Yes, really.
So we can put it a little bit away, and maybe we can connect it to resources, like resources also.
And somehow needs something like this,
I don't quite get this.
You can read also, maybe it will help you.
Remembrance for the sake of future.
Is
it like a remembrance? Tämä ei liity millään tavalla muistiin. Mikä tämän sanan suomennossa on?
I think it's about like the past and the history.
Yeah.
So if something bad happened in the past, like a war or something, then how to keep this alive, to learn from it in the future.
Yeah. So it's
like what's the kind of memory we create together about this event.
Yeah.
And what do we do with it in the future? Maybe education.
Like,
I don't know. Maybe I see this
together. Peace, education. Yes, me too.
And when it comes to the table, how do you think?
Would it be we can then change everything. I'll just put what we have here, and then
didn't you discuss that inner peace is something that comes like later?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it here.
Yes, let's
put it
I would like to put it forward.
Resources actually can be linked to many things. You need resources to many. So this is, I don't know, this can be like it's movable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this I think yes comes later.
Yeah.
How about through?
Should be a little bit higher, maybe a lot higher.
The truth is a very difficult thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whose through?
Whose truth?
Yes.
How to handle truth? Truth can be.
But it could be here, beside law and regulations, and like here.
Truth is what you seek in science and.
In science?
In science, yeah. I mean, just understanding the world, you know.
And also law is like one attempt to understand the world. The law is changing, it's slowly changing, but the world changes much faster, and the law comes always behind. But it's some kind of attempt to like put the world in words.
Into some order.
Yes, into some order.
Into some countries, because
Yes.
some countries' law is not like good for my perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you think of a democratic country and where institutions can be trusted.
But as I can hear you, so you say that law is also something that is coming after some societal processes, and law is like coming after, just to write it down how the society works. And so, do you say that it should go a little bit lower after some other processes, or not?
Well, it's better to have the regulations later, you know, first give space to things and then regulate if needed, and not the other way around. Now we set like the boundaries here, and within that you can do what is okay by that, but not the other way around. I think that this is a more democratic process. Maybe this can come even lower, but first I think if it's a good democratic process, then first you give space to things and then you regulate.
I agree, but the truth should be here, because it's at least something what people after discussion can share together in some way, and then law, I don't know, later somewhere. I have to say that we don't have that much time.
Okay, we can actually end on this level.
But yeah, I think it's what's with the neighborhood and patriotism. Like patriotism is something that I don't feel.
Yeah, it shouldn't be there.
We can just look at the pictures that we have right now at this moment, like what we have. Like we put resources here, like everywhere, and we didn't touch patriotism and good neighborliness at all, and we didn't discuss integration also, but we put it here just to be. So also I can see that law and regulations we didn't manage to find the final place, so it's just come after under the truth. It's also interesting. Yeah. What else can you see in the like final picture? What is your observations?
For me, I see that safety is first. It's some kind of slogan, safety first. But here it seems to be also the case. I find this really interesting because it opened so many things, and it was so interesting to hear what Claudia you said and how you argumented some words, what were the meanings, and the same thing with Verna. And then I was thinking like how to put it in words, what I actually think. So this was really eye-opening experience.
do you want to share some thoughts about the final picture that you see?
It would be easier if we had a certain case to discuss, for example, like let's say when it comes to speaking your mind or something, like how to do it. What is, like when it comes to what do I post on social media and so on. Of course, we need to talk about regulations already. What is okay and what's not okay. So if we had that special case, for example, then I think it would have been a little bit easier to say, okay, what do we need to get to this point, for example. Well, then this is not part of course, of that, but it's a little bit more concrete. But if we don't put it to like one case thing, then this is, I think, is quite good. It's not the final version, maybe. It's always negotiable, I think. If we sat here next time, I think we would come to a different conclusion. Like even the same people. But if we do this tomorrow, it would look different.
Yes. Yes.
Slightly, at least.
So about the results, do you want to share something about the final result? What you have, what you see, how you feel?
I feel kind of what I said earlier. It's hard, and then I get like a physical reaction, like because for me, these kind of things, I think they need like more time. Maybe you said that if we do this tomorrow, we would probably do it differently. And I will probably wake up at night and I will be like, oh, I get an idea. How you say? Käynnistyy hitaasti. Like turning on slowly. Like it takes time, but I think it's like the conversation is key, and you need to use all the like those kind of non-violent things first to make peace. Like, so I think here is the most important thing. For example, to me, this is like a square world now. It doesn't have to be, but it is. So to me, this means like violence and not like good things. So I think this order is now okay.
Yeah.
But maybe, if I do this tomorrow, it may be different.
I want to say something because I had a small heureka moment when I was listening to you two. It came to my mind after you said, Claudia, that tomorrow this could be different, look different. And as you said, Verna, that you are like turning on slowly, that in the middle of the night you wake up and you have this idea. So for me it means that this is a process, and this game starts this process, and that's what you are maybe after. But it's really wow. Yeah.
Kiitos kun kuuntelit Soriseva Harju podcastia. Seuraava jakso kuultavissa viikon kuluttua.